So welcome to the Chris Show. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate you for that. If you enjoy the content that I deliver on a consistent basis, please be sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell for all my videos, like, comment, answering the questions that I always ask during the videos. So if you've been following, we're in election time, it's crunch time. News has kind of been, it's been a little bit down because we all just pay attention to, we have a pandemic ongoing. He makes daily news, but it's not like video worthy news. But either way, it's 12 days to the election. The polls have been stating that Biden's winning. So in order for something to really change or upswing, Trump's going to have a huge victory in the debate, and Biden's going to have to look like a jackass or a dumbass. Now, if you guys remember the first debate, that was one of the worst things I've ever watched. It was like watching two grown men act like child. Obviously, Trump was way more childish, but Biden definitely was divulged in it as well. I mean, I would be petty if someone's being that petty as well. Either way, it wasn't a debate. It was a debacle. It was a joke. Us Americans, we all should have been ashamed of that. What transpired tonight was a lot better. It was a lot more coherent. Like, you understand what they're actually trying to say. I say coherent because Trump was coherent and lying consistently. He does what he does best. Either way, no matter what, this was the last debate Trump will ever have, because even if he wins, he won't be able to run a third time. So let's all just stop, think, and be grateful for that for a minute. Whew. So we can all be happy in that fact that we can never see him debate. Well, his Trump supporters won't be happy, but it is what it is. He's a terrible debater. All he does is deflect, attack, lie. It's a typical Trump agenda. Doesn't answer the question that's being asked. As for Biden, he was definitely more sharper than he normally is, because like I said, going even into the Democratic primaries, I always worried like Biden ain't really that great of a talker. How is he going to do in debates versus Trump? Well, we were supposed to get 3, but the second one wasn't agreed because of the COVID with Trump, and he didn't want to agree to what was going on, so we only got 2. The first one was terrible. The second one, I would say, obviously, the fact that it was somewhat even, that means Biden wins by the poll numbers, but like I said, it was definitely a much better debate than what normally transpired. The reason why I would say Biden win, because the categories that Biden won were the ones that are more important. For one, Trump was downplaying the coronavirus again, and that's not going to be good to people that, of the 220,000 that's been affected. And you just think that's just their families, but that's friends, that's communities, that's classmates. It's affecting people, and the fact that Trump's still downplaying it, it's a joke. And the fact that he's not acting like there's not an uptick in corona cases, that was another downfall. He's just, the whole thing, he wants to get rid of Obamacare, but he hasn't came up with a plan in 5 years. He talks about his tax returns, but he hasn't released those since they've been asked 4 to 5 years ago as well. It's just, it is what it is at this point. It's been like this for the longest. Obviously, Trump had a few W's. He always has a W talking about the crime bill. That's gonna get some people, but people don't even remember that black leaders were for it. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone understands it. It's what we're gonna do going forward. Biden has a better plan than Trump. Trump just always says, I've done more for black people since Abe Lincoln, even though all it talks about is criminal justice reform. I'm not a criminal, so how the fuck is that really helping me? I want to know what we're going to be doing going forward. Everything, he don't really answer questions. He don't really have acts. He doesn't really have solutions. He just knows how to attack and say, I'm not a politician, even though he has been a politician for the last 4 years. Early voting has been transpiring in a lot of states, and the numbers have been up higher than ever. More Americans are getting out to vote. It's projected that 10 to 18 million more Americans are going to vote than they did in 2016. So people are getting out and vote. They understand it makes a difference. It makes a difference in America, but you also need to understand it makes a difference locally. Research who you're going to vote for. It's more than just picking the House reps, more than just picking the senators and presidents. You need to look up your judges. You need to look up your Supreme Court judges for your states. Do everything. Do the research. You got the time. Spend an hour or two, depending on how long your thing is. But do your research. Understand that voting voting locally is just as important as voting at the top. Also, I just wanted to say that the moderator was the best moderator that I've seen. She knew when to cut Trump off. She knew when to cut Biden off. They didn't let it go over the top. Part of that reasoning is probably because they were able to mute the microphones, but even if she kept it in check and always knew, like, all right, we got to move on. Like, there was only a few times where people kind of talked over. So as far as the moderation goes, that was the best I've seen. They should just have her do most of the stuff. If not, at least do the first one, because she's better than, who was it, Chris Wallace the first time? I don't remember the name. It was Chris something, but he was terrible. So what I want to know from you guys, how do you guys feel about this debate versus the first one? Did you actually enjoy the first debate more because it was complete chaos? Did you hate this debate because they both were just being politicians, talking and not giving really answers? Were you just pro Biden the whole time? Were you pro Trump? Have you voted so far? If you have, if you haven't, do you plan on by election day? Just let me know how you guys are feeling about your state of mind after this debate, because this is the last debate. It's the last big thing before election day. As you know, it's November 3rd. That's 12 days from now. By the time most of you guys see this video, it'll be 11 days from now. So it's crunch time now, people. So as you know, of Chris, I want to give you the news whenever the news is there, whether that's today, tomorrow, a week from now. That's why you need to make sure you're subscribed, have a notification bell turned on for all my videos. Like, comment, share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it. This Chris, I'm out. This motherfucker.